Hey you guys, welcome back to my video. So actually this is editing me here, okay? And I realized that number one, I never filmed an intro. I don't think I filmed an outro. I didn't put any context to this video. I literally turned my camera on and started recording, okay? But this is just a travel day, getting ready to load up the camper and take, like I said, on travel day. But this day in particular, we were not going far. We were only going about 3 hours to Kentucky. We do live in Tennessee. And if this is your first video seeing of mine, hey girl, my name is Brandi. I'm a 29-year-old blue-collar wife. Me and my husband live full-time in our 2024 Flagstaff Classic fifth wheel. We travel as often as we can. This happened to be a work trip that we were doing, but actually we're about to head out on a 3.5-week road trip. But plot twist, girl, we're not taking the camper. No, we're taking the Jeep, and we're going old school camping with a tent and all the things. So if that is the kind of content you like this video and subscribe for more content like that. And here on my channel you will also find lifestyle vlogs every day. I am not trying to sell you a dream. I am not trying to sell you a perfect life. I'm just showing my real life every day, how we live in our camper, how I do my health journey living in a camper, etc., etc. I have lost 85 pounds completely naturally, and I have a goal to lose about 50-ish more pounds. So if any of that interests you, like and subscribe. And if I don't come back with an outro, I'll see you girls in the next one. Bye. I wanted to clean out our basement, and then we wanted to see if our electric bikes would fit in the basement. And y'all, look at this. My husband's going to get mine right now, but it fits in there perfectly. So mine is just going to sit right here. I don't know about y'all, but if you live full-time in a camper, maybe you can relate to this, okay? Maybe especially if this fifth wheel. But this basement, y'all, it gets out of hand and filled with crap very quickly. So we ended up actually getting a storage unit, and we took out all kinds of stuff that we don't use on the daily, or that we're not going to use at least for the next several months, and we put it in a storage building, okay? And that has been the best thing, because we were able to completely clean out our basement and put both of our e-bikes in there. Shout out Electric. This is not sponsored, but those are the best e-bikes. There are not a lot of opportunities to ride them in Tennessee where we live, but we do take them whenever we go out of town, especially on this trip, and whenever we go out of town to any RV parks. They are great about having bike trails and things like that. I actually want to go to South Carolina, because I know that a lot of the towns and things over there are very bike friendly, so that's exciting, and that is on my list for sure. Two things that are very important when it comes to travel day to not forget is this little gadget right here. This goes in the middle of our refrigerator, keeps the door closed. That way when we're going down the highway, the refrigerator does not come open, because the back end of your camper is what's getting the most knocked around going down the highway. Number two, the microwave plate, okay? This will break. Put it on your bed, put it in your underwear drawer, whatever you want to do. Get it out of the microwave. If y'all live in a camper and you're watching this video, please let me know, or if you are about to start your camper journey, because I want to hear all the things, and I would love to chit chat about that in the comments. But one of the things I did want to say is that me and my husband are pretty traditional, I guess you would say, when it comes to getting ready for a travel day. I do mostly all the things on the inside, and my husband does just about everything, well, everything outside. But we're both very good about going behind each other and double checking, because it never hurts to have another set of eyes to go behind you and make sure you're doing everything right. That never offends me. Me and my husband are a team, and we work together. So, and obviously we live in this camper, so we want to take care of it the best of our ability. So typically I do everything, and once I feel like I'm done on the inside, my husband will go behind me and double check things, like all of these little things as far as locking the closet door, locking the shower door, all of that. I will bring the slides in, and then once that is complete, I will go outside and double check that my husband is finished, and he will come inside and check me. Little moment for how cute Loki is. But anyways, now we're gonna pack up or close in the slide for the living room. As you can see, we have a rare kitchen model. We love this. There's so much open space. We do not have an island. That's exactly what we wanted. And we did take out the second couch that was like a pull-out situation. You can see right there in the corner of the screen where the dog kennel is. That's where that couch used to be. But there we are, pulling in the slide. And I just wanted to show y'all that even though our slide is pulled all the way in, we still have plenty of room. Now, you cannot get exactly to the refrigerator, all the way to the refrigerator, and get anything out of there, but as far as the cabinets go, the microwave, the stove, all of that, as you can see, I'm walking through here just to kind of show you how much livable space there really is. There have been a few times in the winter when I have literally closed up the camper and stayed in it for several days. That way the heat did not have to do overtime and I didn't have to use so much propane. Here I kind of just wanted to show our setup. That way if anyone had any questions, we do have a Dodge Dually, and then there is our 2024 Flagstaff Classic fifth wheel. We love this fifth wheel. We have had no problems with Forest River at all. I'm done with doing things on the inside, so my husband is finishing up outside. He is disconnecting the water hose. As you can see right here, this is the hose that is for the drinking water. This is pretty well self-explanatory. We do have a pretty simple setup here. Sorry if you see my husband's butt crack. Anyways, but he is rolling up the water hose. We try to do this as neat as we can, or he tries to do this as neat as we can. I don't do nothing, okay? I don't usually help with this part. I'm just out here because I'm recording it. He loves to do all this. It's easier for him because when he goes to set up the camper, everything is in the spot where he put it, and he doesn't have to wonder mysteriously where the heck I put something. Loki is of course just chilling in the camper, waiting patiently to go on a ride. But y'all, I am pretty bad about explaining things, especially things that I don't do, so sorry about that. Alright, back to my husband doing this. Had a little bit of an ADHD moment there because my dog is so cute and I love him so much. He is, obviously we emptied the tanks, okay? We emptied the 2 gray tanks and then the black tank. And here I think he's actually going to go, yes, he's about to empty the kitchen tank. So since we have a rear living model, we do have 2 gray tanks as well as just the 1 black tank. Y'all, these tanks, they're pretty big. I don't know the exact stats on that. I'll have it in the description box or on the screen. But now we're backing Big Bertha up to this thing. We do have the Kirk Rotaflex. I don't know, girl. I'm not good with the technical stuff. I should have had my husband do this voiceover because I don't know nothing about what's going on. Anyways, it was a big crap show whenever we were trying to find this hitch because we ordered one. It didn't come in time. We had to go pick up one locally, which we would have done that to begin with had we known. But anyways, that's been several years ago at this point. But I am just in a yappy mood. So yes, no one's probably made it this far in the video. So if you have, leave me a comment down below and let me know that you've made it this far. But we're backing it up. My husband, obviously you see the window right there. So it's perfect. You can see the hitch. But the problem is that we had our generator back there this time, and typically we don't. So it was hard for him to see exactly where he was getting. So it took us a few tries. And that's the main thing, is that even if it takes you a few tries to get the camper backed into your spot or the truck hooked up to the camper, do not break under the pressure, okay? Don't be out there in a knockout, drag out brawl with your husband or your wife just because it takes several times. I know it's hard, especially in the heat, but y'all, it's not that big a deal. And if both of y'all are pissed off and both of y'all are sweating and mad, y'all aren't going to get anywhere. So do not stress it. Just take your time. Let your partner, if they're the one driving, see what they're doing. You know, be the best navigator you can be. And just breathe and everything is going to be fine. A little tip that I do have for you. After a travel day, when you end up at your spot, like your campground or your boondocking spot, whatever, make sure that before you start the process of setting up the camper that you eat something. Okay, I don't care if you have a protein shake, a protein bar, a Snickers bar, a full-blown breakfast, full-blown lunch, whatever. Just eat you something, because if you are pissed off, hot, or super, super cold, and you're hungry, it ain't going to end well for anybody, okay? This is just showing my husband, he is hitting the auto level so that it will raise the jacks and everything, or he hit the raise the jacks part. And then he'll kick the little, whatever those things are called. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm bad at this. those little things out, and he puts everything there up underneath the basement in the front part. I love this little part right here. You can actually put a generator there and set it up for like a bunch of solar and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if we will do that, maybe later on down the line, not right now, because we are on a debt payoff journey, if you did not know. So any money that I make from affiliate links or any social media money, it goes straight towards paying debt off. We have a goal to have everything paid off except for the camper and my Jeep, because those are the two newest type of items that we have bought on credit. So everything will be paid off as long as everything goes well, except for those two things, by the end of this year. But there she is, rolling through the yard. Look how beautiful that is. Truly, there's nothing better. Like, I love the way that our truck looks with the camper behind it. Oh yeah, I am remembering, now that I'm doing this voiceover and watching these clips, that I kind of had a freak out moment because this ditch that he's about to drive through has gotten a lot deeper because of the ice storm we had, and we had to drive through it a bunch of times, so it kind of got a lot deeper. Yeah, the camper goes a little sideways, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. That is one thing that's scary, is that when, you know, the camper, if it gets a little unlevel, like if you're going in a ditch or something and it starts to turn, it is scary because if that sucker flips, yeah, you can see right there, it's not gonna flip, but you know, if it was to flip, it's taking the truck down with it, okay? And I don't want to watch my husband and my dog. You know, the camper, it is what it is. You know, we have insurance. If it didn't cover it, we would figure that out. Like, everything in there is replaceable. But I didn't want to have to replace nothing. You know what I mean? It's scary. This little clip my husband took, it was just me driving on the gravel road. I just wanted to see what it felt like with the truck and the camper back there. I'm 100% comfortable with driving our truck, but I have never drove with the camper behind us. So that was really cool. Like, honestly, y'all, it was honestly kind of surreal because you can't even feel that freaking camper back there. Insane. But anyways, that's just the big Bertha Mama truck we got doing her thing. But yes, this is the little gravel road, and my husband was just kind of showing, you know, the scenery, and of course showing our beautiful baby Bowie. But do not be fooled. I am not the driver in this situation. I honestly hate to drive, okay? I just wanted to test it out and see how it felt. And then we're coming to the end of this video, y'all. We ended up at the 7 Brew about an hour and a half from here. I had to get my baby a pup cup. Me and my husband got an energy drink to finish out this drive. And y'all, that's about it, okay? Y'all probably didn't learn nothing from this video, but if you did, let me know. If you're starting your full-time camping journey, if you already live in a camper, why do you live in a camper? Because it is very interesting, and I've met some really interesting people when we've stayed in campgrounds and stuff before. We are in a private lot now, but we did stay in campgrounds for the first year and a half. But yes, y'all let me know what your favorite 7 Brew order is as well, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, girl.